Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Ooh, welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by SeatGeek. This is episode 511. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Howda ho! Happy last day of not baseball season. Fair? I don't even count basketball. Basketball's out for me.
Oh, you're just talking like immediately after the Super Bowl's over. I thought we were talking pitchers and catchers, and I was like, I thought we still had a few more days for that.
Nope.
But you're saying as soon as football's over, it's baseball's.
That's correct. I've moved on.
I'm with you.
Yep. The last day.
It's a good thing too, because there is nothing going on in baseball right now. So we're gonna get a little weird with it today,
Which I like.
honestly. This offseason has been fun in that way. There's been some lulls for sure, but it's enabled us to get a little weird, to get you guys through the
To
offseason,
roll with the lulls.
to roll with the lulls, roll with the punches, and get you all through this offseason like we always try to do every winter. So today, Nate, you want to tell the folks what we've got in store for today?
Well, in light of today being today, Super Bowl Sunday, for those hanging out with us morning/afternoon before any parties or Super Bowl partaking, shout out to you. First off, obviously you got the noties on, which I love. And anyone listening after the Super Bowl, maybe figure it out. But either way, we are doing a all-time fantasy football draft with baseball players. So we have a roster we got to fill out fantasy style. We're going a little different. We're getting a little weird. We're going QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, flex, 1 defensive player.
Clarify that for us.
Not like a. What do you mean? Clarify. It's
Like
not a team. It's just a player.
No. Like the position, like you and I talked
you
about.
can do whatever position you want. If you want to do like, if you can have logic attached to a safety, defensive back, or corner, or linebacker, or defensive end, like whatever. Do whatever you want. Just have some logic attached to it.
Just show your work.
We got to show your work on some of this stuff. And then to round it out, we're going to have a kicker and a head coach, which could be kind of fun.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot to ask you about it. What is our approach there? Are we talking, are we pulling from head coaches of these teams? Are we just making a player a head coach?
We're pulling a coach from a manager from these teams. It's got to be a manager from the teams. So, and this is all time, so you can go back in as much as you want. And the fun little twist about this, this is put away. No telephonos, no research, off the cuff, through the brain archives to put a name out there and to fill a roster out. So if you're with us, hop in the chat. Don't help us. Maybe throw some names at us that you would want to use. But I'll be honest, Kyle might need your help.
I think I may need some help with the managers because my recall when it comes to managers is not great. I'll just go ahead and be honest.
I feel like, it's only one. You know what I mean? It's only one. You can save that for a team that you maybe feel confident in. But yeah.
All right. So while I rearrange my board here,
right.
I do need
What
to.
you got going?
Well, I'm going vertical. I don't know why I've been making this horizontal because it just takes up so much space at my desk here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this around like an adult.
Sure.
So
you want
while
to see my structure here? This is what I got.
What do you got?
That's nice.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're showing me that because I don't know if this matters to you, but you may
write yours?
You may want to put yourself on the left side because you're going first because
I came out of nowhere.
Little controversy. You won the last draft, which I think I think there's some sort of conspiracy going on because my team blew your team out of the water.
I don't know. I mean, I think I did okay.
I think no such thing happened. It was a clear win for me, but I checked the polls. You, for some reason, won.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was
Man of the people.
There was some outrage over the draft structure. The people were clamoring for support for you because they felt you got shafted because we couldn't identify the structure of the draft, i.e., snake draft or not. Mm-hmm. And that's on both of us because
it is on both of us.
Neither. I
just feel like I got banged on the first pick.
I mean,
that's where I felt I got banged because you were like, "Are you taking Jeter first or Cal first?" And I was like, "Well, if we're gonna do it that way, and I'm getting both, I'm gonna put Jeter first." And then I was stuck with Jeter, and then you swooped Cal. That was another angle that people took with that last draft. They said we're gonna vote Nate here anyway, but he screwed himself going Jeter first right. But that's when I had them both, so I was like, obviously, like if it's for my team and I'm keeping them both, I'm gonna go Jeter first, not thinking that it would be up for grabs after I released them. See what I mean? After we designated the rules. This is nice though. This feels good. Back in the one spot. But it all comes down to the randomizer. You know what I mean? Like if we get, we're gonna throw all 30 teams in the randomizer. For those wondering, any newer franchises like the Nationals, we can obviously go back to the Expos days and kind of do some of that stuff with it. If we get hit with the Rays, things might get difficult. Marlins obviously can be Miami or Florida. So any of that like prior expansion stuff is totally fine.
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Who coached the Rays before Kevin Cash? It's been so long, I feel like at this point. Who?
You got me.
I'm drawing a blank. So I'm going to go ahead and save the head coach spot for somebody else. Okay. So you explained the Joe Madden. Thank you, Murray. In
Joe
the chat.
Madden.
How did I forget?
That's embarrassing, actually. That's bad.
Shut
on
up.
us.
You
both. That's bad.
Okay.
That's both. That's both.
Okay.
That's bad. That is bad.
To be fair,
bad.
To be fair, Joe Madden kind of got like weirdly blackballed.
He got
from
ran
baseball.
out of town.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Not blackballed, but just baseball jail. I don't know.
Either way, I'm still embarrassed by this. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's forget that didn't happen. That just goes to show you though how long Kevin Cash I feel like has been at the helm. Anyway,
still
okay.
bad.
So you explained it as I was getting notes. You explained the wheel here, the randomizer. We're picking. It's a randomizer for all 30 teams. Whichever team it lands on, you select a player from that franchise, and you can slot him in any position you choose. All time, correct? Is that what we're doing?
All time, and that player obviously just had to have some time with that team.
I like it. All right. All right. Well, I guess Nate's got the first pick, and before we get going here, are we doing the snake draft here? Because there was
What were the people clamoring for?
Well, they said that a snake draft.
I like this. I think we do what we did the numbers or the states. It's every time we spin, we alternate who starts. So if you do a spin here, I start because I got first. Next spin, you start. Like right. I think that's the move. I think it just got weird because we didn't have necessarily the randomizer active last time.
That's fair.
Okay. You know.
All right. Let us begin then. All right.
Lettuce.
First pick, lettuce, tomato. First pick.
Come on, give me something good.
Is the
Don't hit me with like the A's or something.
Marlins.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That's such a rough start.
Who do we have for the Marlins? And just be clear, this I already know what you're going
let's
with.
go.
I already know what you're going with.
You do?
Yes. Who doesn't know who you're going with at this point? But before
I think I'll hit you with a little surprise.
You're not. Before you get to that point, though, let's just reiterate. I think it goes without saying, but the player could have played for this team at any point in time.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
No minimum length requirement. No, like it's got to play for 5 seasons or it has to be his primary team. Just had to have played on that team for any length of time. Okay.
Hey, I had a fun idea that I'll share afterwards, but I can't let you have this guy. So I'm grabbing Giancarlo Stanton for my tight end.
Of course. Yep. Yeah. I figured as much. Okay.
And I'll tell you the fun name after you pick, unless you pick him. But I was creative with this.
Give me.
You researching over there, guy? I need eye contact. Good.
I'm literally. I'm looking at a position that I feel like I want to go with. I hope that I'm not. I hope I'm not missing anybody here. Let's go. Oh, am I costing myself the draft on the first pick here? I hope not. Give me Gary Sheffield as my defensive player.
Okay, what's the logic there? What are you putting him at?
I just don't want to piss off Gary Sheffield, you know? Like it seems like a pretty self-explanatory pick, but I mean,
out of curiosity, like what defensive position would you give him? He seems like a linebacker to me.
That's where my head first went.
He's a little shorter, maybe a safety.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're not putting him on the line, but when Stanton came off the board, I was like, okay, who's next in line on my
that's
mental
good.
list? Sheffield.
He ran through my head a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my fun name now that this is locked in?
You got,
because it's written in permanent marker.
Before you do that, I don't know if this will impact anything at all, but should we land on the Marlins again? Are we doing repeats?
Ooh.
We don't have. We can mix it up.
No repeats.
No repeats.
Juan Pierre as a receiver.
All right. Check this out in the chat before we even said that. Murray.
Oh, Murray, out of boy.
Murray said Juan Pierre as a receiver.
That was my first thought, and I don't know why my name went to him right away, and then I was like, wait, I have to do Stanton. I can't let you have Stanton. So yeah.
Believe it or not, I was going with Stanton. Like I know who he plays for now, but that was a slam dunk.
That's an obvious slam dunk tight end. Yeah,
that was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got.
I don't have the chat open, by the way, Murray. So I got full screen our beautiful faces. I'm not looking at chat. You're more of a chat guy, so
I can see you. I can see our chat, and I can see the team. Next up, we've got the Mariners.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I mean, there's a lot to work with here.
Give me this is almost too good to be true of a team. Like I feel like there's too much to work with.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I get the best fit of the options that we're working with here, because otherwise I've been handed a great team to choose from, and if I don't select the right position, then I might as well just throw it away. Let's put
what you got, guy? Come on.
Let's put. I'm gonna put. Let's go Ichiro at receiver.
Cool. I'll take Griffey at receiver.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
Those are the two names. Those are the two names.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm like, who's got better hands? And I just see
In my mind, I get it. In my mind, I'm just like, I feel like Griffey's taller and can take hits.
Right, but
And he's going over the wall all the time. He's crashing the wall all the time.
well, here's my logic. I'm thinking, okay, well maybe I slot in Ichiro at receiver, and like I know he's on the smaller end, but
Maybe a
like
little slot receiver.
give me like a Wes Welker type.
Yeah,
but then I'm like,
sure. My tough thing is that I feel like I don't think Ichiro could take a hit personally.
That's what I'm saying. How many Japanese slot receivers are in the NFL right now?
I just don't see that. But if you have gone Griffey, I would have gone Ichiro, I think.
A-Rod even crossed my mind.
That's
just as
fair.
like just because of this, nothing other than the size. But I'm like,
what is he, 6'3", 6'4"? Yeah. It's fair.
That man couldn't take a hit either. He's
Probably
little,
not. Probably not. Probably
he's a little diva.
Although that's very QB type. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, did we miss the boat there?
Possibly. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying to get some trendsetters on my team. Just some table setters, I mean.
All right. So you went Griffey at receiver.
Yeah. I'm up first.
False.
Yeah, you just went. I went first. And then you went first. So now
yeah. You're right. Okay. All right. So you've got Griffey and Stanton. I've got Ichiro and Sheffield. All right. Let's see. Spin it. We have got the Orioles are next up. Oh, shout out for the research in the chat. A-Rod was a QB in high school.
That's that's like, I'm sure some of these guys just kind of bring that up out of you, you know? The Orioles.
Speaking of which, as I don't need to explain my train of thought to get here. It'd take too long, but it reminded me, I've been meaning to mention in the last couple drafts that we've done, we need to open it up to trades if we want. Like we haven't done that.
Oh, that's
like,
fun.
I feel like that'd be an added twist. Like
I like that.
I guess we could do trades in between, like during, but if you also just want to wait to the end, we can do that too. But I definitely want to make trades at least an option because I don't think in any draft we've ever done.
That's very fair.
That we've done that.
That's very fair.
I'm going to write a reminder here at the bottom. The Orioles. I think I already know who I'm going with here.
Do you?
Oh, man. That would have been I just thought of somebody, but you still have this slot open, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, careful with saying anything because flex allows you to do a lot.
I know the answer and you know the answer, but for the sake of clarity, for the sake of transparency, and so that the folks listening at home who maybe don't do fantasy football or any sort of roster structure like this do, flex is strictly offensive, correct?
Yeah.
Like we can't utilize that as a second defensive position.
Correct.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. The Orioles. Who are you taking
and
from
obviously
the Orioles?
Can't be another quarterback, obviously.
Correct.
Oh boy. I'm kind of struggling here, I'm gonna be honest with you. Cause I kind of wanna
Some suggestions, by the way, for future picks should they arise.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that play.
And this isn't cheating. Like if folks are contributing options, I mean, a name like Bobby Witt is not going to go
it's not going
unconsidered.
Yeah. The Orioles.
I don't know why this is taking you so long. I've already got like 3 picks lined up.
I'm going to go Adam Jones, receiver.
All right.
I don't feel great about it.
All right. Adam Jones, receiver. I'm going to put I mean, look, if people knew ball, I would go with this pick, but nobody's going to appreciate it, so I'm not even going to entertain it. But I'm going to take an easier pick here, and I hope I don't regret. Oh. Something just came to mind. I'm just going to go ahead and knock this out right now. Give me Yeah. Give me Earl Weaver as my head coach.
Solid. That I gotta continue to remind myself that head coach has to be considered.
That was a late pull.
That's a late pull. That's solid.
We're
That's
not
bad
doing
at all.
So we're not doing repeats. So I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking Gunner at QB.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like,
that crossed my mind.
That's a safe pick. But then just as I was about to pull the trigger,
I was thinking Jackson Holiday running back, maybe.
That dude would not make it to the end of an NFL season.
I don't think so either. But yeah. That's solid. Good for you. I got to keep head coach in the back of my head.
Thank you.
Just as like a fallback.
Jackson Holiday, should he?
I hate that I filled it up with Adam Jones, but I mean, there could be worse picks.
If Jackson Holiday would have been slotted in at running back, the dude would have been evaporated off the face of the
earth. More so than Ichiro, a receiver, 160-pound receiver, if that.
Somebody in the chat, let me know.
I've got some meat on my team, though. I've got some height and meat.
That's fair. We're not allowed to research. Somebody in the chat, let me research. Tell me what soaking wet, how much Ichiro weighs.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Actually, give me the height and weight for Ichiro. I'm curious.
I'm going to say 5'11", 155.
155. All right, first pick for me. I've got. Give me the Giants.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, the Giants. Give me. It's going to take some time here.
Yeah.
The Giants. The Giants. Who would I go with for the Giants? Man. You got a name?
I got a couple.
The Giants. Oh, boy. This one's tough. Who in the world could
This is hard without research, by the way.
I mean, there's just like nobody that comes to mind that fits a football mold.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants. I mean, I am racking my brain right now. I mean, I'm not. I don't feel wild about this pick, but Kimmy. Give me. I'm just gonna have to do it because otherwise I'm gonna sit here all day. Give me Willie Mays at receiver. No, give me Willie Mays at flex.
Okay. That's tough. I would have gone Willie Mays too.
I think Willie Mays has been on every team that I've had.
I know, right?
That has been open to choosing
I
Willie
was
Mays.
I was gonna throw him in as a running back.
I mean, the catch.
I know, like he could do everything though. I think he's probably the most athletic baseball player ever. And running backs got to catch a little bit too. So
True.
All right, then give me Bruce Bochy.
Ooh, good
as a head coach.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I think because I already had my head coach, I wasn't even thinking about managers, but
Yeah.
if I would have even thought about that for a second, that would have been a good pick. Very good. I like
give me
it.
something good, bud.
All right,
Give me
checking
something
in.
good.
Nate's got at receiver, he's got Ken Griffey Jr. and Adam Jones. At tight end, he's got Giancarlo Stanton, and as his head coach, he has Bruce Bochy. At receiver, I've got Ichiro. Flex, I've got Willie Mays. My defensive position is Gary Sheffield, and my head coach is Earl Weaver.
This is good so far.
This is good.
Yeah.
I think we're making the most of the teams we've gotten so far.
Yeah. I think there's logic behind our selections.
Yeah, and like the reality of it is you're not gonna just pick every franchise's best player necessarily. You have to make your picks based on football crossover here. All right. Next team is the Guardians.
Ugh.
And we can obviously tap into the Indians side of things as well. Should you choose that?
This is a tough one.
Oh. I mean, this whole no research rule.
It's tough.
Pisses me off.
It's tough, but I like it.
I
I have an idea.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess he could pop up, but I'm just going to bank on it not happening. So forgive me if it does. But I saw some folks in the chat calling for Barry Bonds to be a pick for the Giants. Where would you have slotted Barry Bonds?
I like early Barry Bonds, but like Pirate Days Barry Bonds. Maybe
which is why
receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I was hesitant.
He's a 40-40 guy, but like,
yeah,
as a Giant, it's like I know it doesn't necessarily have to be utilized as that timing, right?
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like he didn't run well as a Giant. I mean, he still ran okay, but like, yeah, DB is not bad. All right, I think I'm going to get a little weird here. I'm thinking more Indians than Guardians.
correct.
And there's two names that I'm going back and forth on. I'm crazy to even question this, but again, no research. Sometimes that gets in your head a little bit.
Oh man,
I think I'm gonna go. Give me Grady Sizemore as a cornerback for my defensive player.
all right. Nate goes with Grady Sizemore for his defensive slot. I mean, just so we're clear, I don't want there to be any question about this. If Gary Sheffield and Grady Sizemore showed up to a football tryout, for a defensive position, I'm just going to go ahead and say that Gary Sheffield is getting the spot on the team.
That's fine. He could be a safety, but I would promise you Grady Sizemore has some football in his background. I would highly bet he did.
Anybody in the chat know if Grady Sizemore played football? I'd be curious to know. You have to imagine Gary Sheffield.
The way he runs, I know, but the way my man ran down balls in center.
I mean, I'll give it to you.
His career was cut short because of that. You know what I mean? A lot of injuries, taking some hits.
All right.
I think he's tough.
All right. You know, this is my second if you know ball type pick, where if people actually know ball, they're going to appreciate this, but it's probably not going to be appreciated by the majorities. But you know what? I'm not trying to appeal to the majority here. I'm trying to appeal to the people that know ball. And if that costs me a win in this draft, so be it. But give me Albert Bell as a running back.
That's so good.
Give me Albert Bell.
Strictly because of that one play.
That's all. Look up the Albert Bell play.
Oh, that's
Look
really
up
good.
the Albert Bell play, and you'll know why I'm picking him as running back.
Solid. Could have probably slotted him in a few different places. Probably could have been a linebacker as well.
Could have been a linebacker. That would have been even better.
You want to hear my other name?
What you got?
I was thinking Jim Tomey as a defensive tackle.
Okay, I was thinking maybe slotting him in as like a very unathletic tight end. Which I mean, I know tight ends are already
tight end,
kind of there, but yeah, that's fair. All right, do I got first pick?
You got first pick.
All right.
Also, Kenny Lofton ran through my head.
Lacking a little meat and bones there.
I know. That's where I went. I thought Grady was a little thicker.
That's fair. Give me.
And there's never any white cornerbacks in the league, so I was like, let's
there you go.
Show some love.
There you go. We got the Phillies up next. Okay.
Oh boy, lot to work with here.
All right. The Phillies. Who am I pulling from the Phillies? Oh boy.
Maybe not that much to work with.
I mean, they've been around forever.
I know.
The Phillies.
Connie Mack would have been a good head coach.
Oh,
Technically, it's the Philadelphia A's, but I don't know how you want to look at that.
I feel like that'd have to be A's, right?
Probably.
Okay. See, I'm not wild about this. Not wild about this. Give me any help in the chat for the Phillies?
Dude, yeah, I'm needing a little help.
Can we use like a lifeline? Can we call the chat some help for the Phillies? Who, as I'm thinking, to buy myself some time here, Nate's got Griffey at receiver, Adam Jones at receiver, Stanton at tight end, Grady Sizemore for his defense, Bruce Bochy as his head coach. I've got Albert Bell at running back, Ichiro at receiver, Willie Mays in my flex, Gary Sheffield as my defensive back, and Earl Weaver as my head coach. I mean, I know I'm biased, but I mean, Earl Weaver as a head coach.
Bruce Bochy.
Earl Weaver though. That's got to take the cake.
I don't know. Bruce Bochy's got some rings, dog.
That's fair. Okay.
4 to be exact, I believe.
That didn't help me at all. I didn't buy myself any time. I still can't think of anybody. The Phillies. I might have to like punt on this. No pun intended, but actually, no, you know what? Pun intended. Dude. Oh, who was...
Oh, was he a Philly?
Who was that?
Dang it. I don't think he was.
Who was that guy? Oh, man, that would have been a great pick. That would have been one of those, if you know ball type situations. That would have been such a perfect fit, but I've already got the slot filled. And so do you, so I'm not giving you any hints there.
You're saying I don't have it filled?
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Yeah.
You do have the spot filled.
So tell me. If we both have the spot filled.
Freaking Aaron
Rowan?
Yes. Would have been a great like a white defensive back type slot.
I think so. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the bloody
yeah.
nose. That was the bloody nose
Yeah.
play. Yeah.
That's a good pick. I like that. Obviously you're not picking him, but that's a good idea.
Unless I just gave you that for another slot on your team.
No, I wouldn't burn it on.
Then I'm kicking
No
myself.
offense to Aaron Rowan, but
True.
I don't think that gets me votes, you know?
Dude, I'm kind of at a... I got nothing, man. I mean, Dude, how are we going to pick a kicker? I know that we were like joking about that before we hopped on.
Was like, yeah.
But I thought it would just be funny just to throw it into the mix and try to hear one of us try to justify putting a guy at a kicker. But like,
yeah,
on what grounds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me dude, I don't know. I'm almost about to defer the pick to you.
That's kind of how I felt about the Guardians.
See if you can jog my memory here.
I'm jealous of the Albert Bell pull, gonna be honest.
You're welcome.
It's a great pull.
That's gonna make a great social clip.
It's a great pull.
I'm gonna slap that together here. Okay, give me golly, dude. Give me Castellanos at tight end.
All right.
Shoot, I haven't been keeping track of order here. So I went Ichiro. Are you keeping track of my picks?
Yeah,
in order.
I got everything. No,
I went,
but I think I can remember it.
I went Ichiro 1. I think Sheffield 2. Weaver 3. Mays 4.
I'm like holding out for positions for like certain teams,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah, but you may not get them.
But the teams may not show up,
right?
Which is rough. All right. I mean, I guess if you know ball,
I know ball. It's whether the people.
I'm trying to make a connection here. I don't know if I don't know if you can do enough to make a connection for a kicker. So I'm gonna get weird and just say Chase Utley has a powerful leg. And
yeah, sure.
Put him as my kicker.
Sure.
What do you think?
Why? Because he spikes people?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I told you it's a stretch,
terrible,
man. It's a stretch, but that's what we're doing.
That's terrible. So you're going Chase Utley at kicker? For what it's worth, I almost went Bryson Stott at kicker because I'm like, the guy just seems like a natural born kicker.
Probably. Yeah.
Shout out to female Kansas City Royals fan from Nebraska in the chat for the research here. Darren Erstad was the punter on a national championship football team, but won a World Series in MLB, and he only played professionally. So if we get the Angels, I know who my kicker is.
Yeah,
then.
there you go. Exactly.
How about that?
That's a good fallback.
All right.
What a research pull right there.
I mean, how
that.
somebody would know that? Like, I mean, maybe if you follow the team that he played for, sure, but other than
that's a great pull. All right, buddy, spin that wheel.
Who's got first here?
You do. No, I do.
You do. Yeah, I went Castellanos. All right, next team up is.
Give me something good, man.
I mean, what is classify something good? What does that even mean in this context?
I can't reveal that.
The Dodgers.
There's a lot to work with here.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I could have some fun. Oh, shout out in the chat. Female Kansas City Royals fan from Nebraska. She said, "Oh, it's not research. I'm from Nebraska and I was alive when he played for them." How about that? Look at just look at the recall. Just
also shout out Nebraska.
Shout out Nebraska. We never give love to Nebraska on here.
We
because
don't. Nebraska doesn't get any love anywhere.
There's no opportunity for Nebraska to get any love. So shout out Nebraska.
Yeah.
Let's take a trip to Nebraska this year. Why not?
Let's do it. Let's go to Omaha, buddy.
Let's catch some. There you go. Let's catch a Storm Chasers game. How about that?
I like that.
Although, wouldn't that be during not hurricane season, tornado season?
Hey, look, what's visiting Nebraska if you're not going to take it in? You know?
I mean, take the risk if you're going to go.
I mean, I can't overthink this. I got to take the most athletic Dodger of all time and give me Jackie Robinson at running back.
Oh,
4-sport athlete at UCLA all day.
That's fine. That's fine. What were his 4 sports again? Baseball,
track, football, basketball. I believe basketball was in there.
Track. That's the one I was missing.
Track was for sure in there.
Yeah.
I think basketball was in there.
You're right. It was either 3 or 4 sports, but I think it was 4.
I thought it was 4. I think anyone could see him being a running back, though. That guy's shifty.
Yeah, but I mean,
shifty.
All right, here's the deal. There's 2 guys that I'm gonna go with, or I'm choosing between, and I could really lean.
I know one. I absolutely know one.
Sure. I think everybody who knows ball, everybody that has a pulse knows who the one
clips.
is.
Yeah,
the clips.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. The clips. Yep. The clips.
Yeah.
Seen the clips, but I could really turn this draft on its head and really go at the pick that actually makes sense.
Okay.
But,
I would.
But there's so much talent to pull from here with the Dodgers that I'm like,
yeah.
I don't.
Trying to think what you're thinking. I mean, I can for sure think of one. I mean, you could think of a bunch with this team, but
I feel like I gotta do this because it just makes sense. And like, there's other athletes around the league that we'll hopefully get to, but like this one, I feel like I just gotta do.
Okay.
I feel like I gotta do it. And for the same reason you're going Chase Utley for kicker, give me Manny Machado at kicker.
There's so many other names to do.
I know, but
so
I said,
good.
What other? I mean, think of how many other teams.
That's so good. I know. Look, now that kicker is done, I was really holding out for the Reds or the Yankees to get Paul O'Neill.
Great pick.
I was waiting. I was
that would
like,
have been great.
But if you get the Yankees, you can't go Paul O'Neill.
Which is why
it would have had to have been the Reds.
It's the same situation for the Dodgers. I get like one of the most historic franchises in baseball, and I'm going with a guy who just spikes people.
can we talk about what were the other names?
Well, I mean Mookie, but I wasn't.
Mookie at receiver was my.
Well, I was possibly considering it running back, but I probably would have gone receiver there. But I'm just thinking, there's other athletes I can choose from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that's good. Good for you, guy. That adds up. That absolutely adds up.
And your reaction when I said Manny Machado tells me all I need to know. That tells me, that confirms to me that was a great pick.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel validated with that pick.
It's a good pick.
All right. So I got first pick here. The next team, I'm going to laugh if it's the Reds.
Oh, that's going to be funny.
It's the Nationals. All right.
Expos.
/Expos. Nationals /Senators.
If you're that guy.
Oh man, that'd be a great. Nobody's gonna appreciate that pick though. I gotta stop running my mouth out loud. I feel like you're somehow tracking with what I'm saying based on this thinking out loud that I'm doing.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. These are. I'm gonna be honest. We're not getting great pull like the Guardians, the Nats. Wow.
What is this one? Nats. Okay. So I've got 3. We've each got 3 spots left. Nate needs a QB, a running back, and a flex. I need a QB, a running back, and a receiver. I actually love that I set myself up for that. I took care of my...
I basically have the same flex. We basically have the same lineup.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Like same availability, I mean.
Oh, man, the Nats. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I know
That's
they've been
tough
around.
one.
I know we can tap into like the previous
Expos.
versions of the franchise, but this just doesn't feel like there's a lot to pull from.
Yeah.
Oh, give me...
I might have a crazy pull.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can keep thinking though.
Give me... Oh, wow. Wow. In the chat, this is a fantastic...
No. Brady
That's
does
a
not
fantastic question. Does Brady count?
I was thinking about it.
How does Brady not count? Tell me why
guys
Brady
that got
doesn't
drafted, I understand, but no. Like AJ Brown, who's playing this afternoon, got drafted.
Who did he get drafted by?
I don't know.
See, now that was another... that was going to be another version of this draft that I was considering before we decided on this final version, but it was going to be guys who... I was going to have it be guys who...
I think these guys have to have big league time. That's why Brady doesn't count in my mind.
Sure. But it was going to be... Originally, my thought was to pick guys who played football but were drafted by a major league team. So in that situation, Brady would have counted
for sure.
John
Elway.
John Elway was another one. Some of the more recent ones, Kyler Murray, so on and so forth. But yeah, that would have been another variation.
It would have been tough. It would have been real tough.
I mean, the talent.
I don't think you could have randomized it. That's what I mean. Like we would have had to just go straight up draft.
Straight up draft, pull from the list. I mean, the talent was real. I looked at the complete list, or just about the complete list, but the pickings were a little more slim.
Yeah,
in that regard. But okay, so Brady doesn't count.
Who was it that was? Russell Wilson would have been decent. Who was the? I can't. I'm not going to name names. We're not done yet.
Oh boy. Then, dude, this one This is tough. I hate going first. I really hate going first.
It's tough.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Unless you got a Studley option, which the Nats are not.
That's a far from Studley. Give me. This is incredible. We're going on almost an hour with this draft.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We're well going to surpass an hour.
Yeah,
because we still have to take into account trades. Should we get to that point?
Should we?
Dude, I've got nothing. The Nationals. In the chat, I'm seeing the QB from the Dolphins. Did Tua get drafted?
I don't know.
Assuming that's the QB that's being referenced.
I have no idea.
Dude, are you going to go with your crazy pull that you mentioned? Is that what you're going with?
Probably. I don't really have anything else that's sticking. I mean, I have one other idea, but I'd rather not burn this position on that name.
This is so. Give me. This just seems like the most natural fit, all things considered. Give me Ryan Zimmerman at quarterback.
Cool.
I mean, that you want to talk about a guy that could sling it.
I'm not doing this, but I was thinking Papa Vladdy as a quarterback. Cannon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it just didn't seem.
Yeah, I just didn't feel it.
I was trying. That was a name that came to mind for sure, but I was like, could I slot him elsewhere? I was thinking maybe a receiver. I would have put it maybe at like tight end if that was still open for me.
My crazy pull is he's a tough guy and he's small and speedy, and I feel like my offense needs some speed right now. So in my flex, give me Niger Morgan.
Wow. Talk about a pull.
Talk about some attitude. You know what I'm saying? That guy is down to throw down. So
what's annoying is objectively, I'm just going to go ahead and call a spade here. That is I would argue one of your like lesser picks on your team,
but more spot on.
There's gonna be people on the poll be like, "Yo, Nate was such a clutch pick with Niger Morgan. Like that pick single-handedly wins him the draft." And I'm sitting here I've got Manny Machado as my kicker, which hands down should win the draft. But
come on, Chase Utley as a kicker ain't bad.
How many times has Manny Machado used his leg for purposes outside of baseball in his career?
It didn't break someone's leg. You know what I mean?
Dude, you know who would have been a great pick for a kicker? Whose team we've already passed? Whose team I pulled my kicker from? Tell me Yasiel Puig wouldn't have been a great pick for kicker.
Yasiel Puig would have been good for a running back too. That guy was strong. Puig would have been a really good pick. That's shame on us. But I'm okay with Jackie Robinson. Nothing wrong with that.
No, well, I'm saying for me, if I still needed a kicker and Machado hadn't come to mind. Machado is the pick of the draft. Go ahead and say what you want. I'm sticking by that.
You always got to sell your team.
I don't have to sell my team. You're over here picking Niger Morgan. I mean, what are we doing?
Tell me that's crazy. That guy throws down. He's super fast.
Refresh me here. Niger Morgan throwing down.
He got in a brawl.
Why am I thinking of somebody else?
He threw punches, didn't he? Didn't he throw punches?
I feel like you're right, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Morgan, we can't research. I feel like Niger Morgan, we can look it up. I feel like Niger Morgan got into fights. That's why I'm saying that, like, he had the attitude for it.
But was it? I think that was when he was with the Brewers, right? I mean, not
Don't
that
matter.
no, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
I think that's where I was like struggling. I'm
Probably.
like Nationals. Nigel
I don't
Morgan.
even know. I don't even know what other teams he played for. I just briefly remember him as an at. Wasn't he a National? I hope he's a National.
That's a great point. Like,
Chat real quick if you can help us out. Otherwise, I have to repick. I feel like he was a National.
I'm like 99% sure he was a National.
That's, yeah.
I'll allow it. Confirm that Niger Morgan's a National. Go ahead.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Just type in Niger Morgan.
Was it NYJER?
Yep. Niger Morgan Nationals.
Oh, yeah. First picture. Look at the attitude. Look at the
All right.
face.
Hey. We don't need. No, stop trying to sell. Stop trying to sell.
He was also an Indian and a Brewer.
Okay. We've confirmed he was a National. Put the phone away. Put the phone away.
I love that pull.
Stop trying to sell your team, man.
You sold Manny Machado so much. Get out of here.
You
Go.
laughed when I said I was going with Manny Machado for my kicker, which tells me all I needed to know. You think that's a great
Yeah.
pick, and I'm sure the people that are voting, I would hope that the people who are voting would agree with the same.
Well, they ain't voting for a kicker.
Whatever. I mean, that's the pick of the draft. Outside of Albert Bell is the pick of the draft.
Albert Bell is a great pick. I'll give you that.
Thank you. For
those who know ball.
For those who know ball. The first pick for Nate, correct?
Yeah.
Is, well, not the first pick, but choosing first here for
I need
this
a quarterback and a running
franchise
back.
is the New York Yankees.
That sucks.
Have fun with that.
That sucks that I just burned flex, because if I had Stanton and Judge, this would have been over.
I hate to agree with you, but I feel like you're probably kind of right.
Yeah, it would have won it. And I can't use Paul O'Neill as my kicker now.
Was he a tight end at Fresno State?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need a quarterback.
Did he play
and
4
a
years?
running back.
You may not know this. Did he stay at Fresno State for 4 years or no? Did he leave after his junior year?
I don't know. I know he walked on to the baseball team, which is insane.
Imagine being that coach.
Yeah. Sure.
Guess we'll roll the dice here with this guy.
Yeah. All right. Yankees. We had enough to work with here. Damn it. I can't say that because that's an option for you. I can't believe the Nationals screwed us, dude.
The Nationals was a tough draw.
The Nationals screwed us. That was such a terrible draw.
Nationals was a tough draw.
Because there's so many things that I could go with right now that my slots aren't available for.
Oh, wait, no, we did. Eacher was my second pick. Dude, this marker sucks.
Buddy.
This marker sucks. I call for a redraft
I do too.
just because of my marker.
Going first is the worst. You're so
Isn't
right.
it? A lot of pressure with the first pick of each team.
There is.
The Yankees, dude. The Yankees. The Yankees. So as a refresher, Nate needs a quarterback and a running back. I need a running back and a receiver. Oh.
I was also holding out for neither of us can use him. And you wouldn't use him as a receiver.
Or a running back.
I don't think it's legal for the logic, but Deion Sanders would have been absolutely money for your defensive player. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Deion Sanders could play both sides of the ball. Who are we kidding?
Absolutely could. He
Let's
absolutely could. And he
let's
did.
just slot
He
him
returned kicks, and
for that.
I'm pretty sure he lined up as a receiver sometimes, but you can't do it. I won't allow you to do it. The chat won't allow you to do it.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Deion Sanders.
No. Oh, dude.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. So at the bottom of each draft graphic that I put out, I put like the disclaimers that people need to know before they jump down our throats.
Yeah.
What's the rule here? We can't. I mean, at this point, the draft is basically over. We got a few more picks left, but I just need to make it clear to people that like we're not choosing like football like crossover types.
Mhm.
Is that fair? We're like strictly picking like baseball players and not like a Deion Sanders necessarily.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
would have. I mean, I would have if my slot was available. I think it's perfectly legal if they had big league time.
All right. Oh boy.
I'm struggling here, dude. Like there's so many names that I like want to do.
Dude, I legitimately am. I need a running back and a receiver. Nate needs a quarterback and a running back. We're choosing from the New York Yankees.
Dude.
It's almost like we talk about the Nationals being a hard pull because it just didn't feel like there was much to pull from. But in a weird way, when you got a team that's so deep,
I know it's just as hard.
It's weirdly overwhelming where you're like, I'm going to miss somebody.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to feel like an idiot.
Oh boy.
Whatever, dude.
The Yankees. Oh man. Oh, that would have been. Shoot.
CC would have been like a great defensive tackle or defensive end or something like that. That guy was huge.
I mean, I know they're not the most athletic guys on the field, but they're still athletic. What are we talking about?
CC raked, dude. What are you talking
In what
about?
capacity?
I mean, I think if you can hit and pitch, and I think you're capable of doing it. And you're 6'7" or whatever he was.
I would have not. It may be an unpopular opinion, but I would have not put CC as my.
Give me Roger Clemens as quarterback.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if that's a great pick.
His nickname's the Rocket.
Okay.
I think he's got a cannon.
You're gonna tell me in their physical primes, we'll just say at age 25, you put both of them at age 25. You're telling me Ryan Zimmerman doesn't have a more natural QB fit than Roger Clemens?
No, I don't think so. Precision too. Man,
A white guy with a solid build. A white guy with a solid build, some nice hair who can sling it. That's for the Nationals. From pulling from those guys, Ryan Zimmerman's the best fit for that.
Whatever.
Roger Clemens as a QB. That's actually funny to think about.
Big UT fan.
Hey, I didn't ask you to sell it.
Yeah. Like you weren't just selling Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, comparatively between the two. I'm not just like outright trying to sell Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Oh boy, dude.
It's too deep.
Stuck.
It's too deep that it's difficult. It really is.
What Yankee can I pull to fill my running back and receiver slot? There's a name that's coming to mind, but I I can't. I just can't. I simply refuse. Dude. There's got to be somebody else. Okay. Give me. Or was he a liability? Crap, he may have been a liability. No.
What you got, pal? Let's get out of here. This is driving me crazy.
Give me. Give me Mickey Mantle at receiver.
Okay. That ain't bad. It's not a bad fallback.
Clearly, I don't know ball here. How much was Mantle a liability in the field? Or was he?
I mean, he's a gold glover in center field up until he destroyed his knee on a sprinkler head.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about
he's
the
from Oklahoma,
head.
Dude. Like, he might have played ball. He might have played football.
You're definitely right. He definitely played football.
Yeah, I feel like that era, every young man played football. You know
how about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I would have gone him if I had a receiver or flex spot open.
That makes me feel a lot better because
although I probably would have gone Judge, but if I had flex open, I'm saying
the name that I was also deciding between, and I'm like, I feel like he actually would be a good fit on a football team, sort of a Wes Welker type. But I was thinking Brett Gardner as a receiver.
Solid. That's not bad. If you know ball, I was thinking Reggie Jackson.
True.
The World Series, the World Series walk off where he just absolutely unloads on somebody as he's rounding third.
That dude, they need to make that a thing again. They need to let fans run on the field and follow guys as they round the bases, without a doubt.
Freaking flattened, dude.
Bring back fans running around the bases after walk-off home runs. We need more of that. Baseball needs it.
I hate how deep that was. It's the deeper teams. It's more of a struggle.
We got one.
We each got a running back.
I got
and you're up
first pick here. Last pick will be the Angels.
I hate that.
I mean, I like the variety we've had. Like, we've had some smaller market. I mean, not that it really matters the market size, but like, we gotta.
Yeah.
These all aren't just.
All right.
They're not all just powerhouses.
Now that we're on the last team, was there any teams you were absolutely hoping for?
That's a great question.
That we didn't pull. I have a team that I was specifically holding out this last running back position for.
I feel like off the top of my head, I feel like Braves would have been a fun team to pull from. A lot of athletes there, a lot of just,
I had
down home picks.
This spot was strictly open, and the reason I went quarterback with the Yankees, I left this spot open in case the Royals came up because I was going Bo Jackson all freaking day. Bo Jackson was like my number one name where I was like, I'm getting him if the White Sox or Royals come up.
For which slot?
Running back.
Oh, I thought you said quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I left running back open for this last pick, just in case the White Sox, or the Royals came up. But anyway, you're first. You got the Angels, and we both need running backs. Good luck. Good freaking luck.
Hey, be thinking of looking at the teams. Be thinking about trades while in case you want to entertain that. Angels. Running back. Oh man, Darren Erstad would have been my kicker. Shoot. Angels for a running back. Who has rolled through town for the Angels? Need some help in the chat. I need a running back pulling from the Angels franchise. Oh boy.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like you gotta go back a little bit, like the mid 2000s.
I'm not gonna. No, you're trying to lead me astray. I see exactly what you're doing here. Give me. He has a love for football,
Yeah, I know.
and this
That might have just won you the draft, honestly.
this seems like a great way to round out the draft. Give me Mike Trout
Yeah.
as my running back, dude. If you're lining up against a team that has Mike Trout and Albert Bell taking the ball, good luck.
Oh,
Good luck, dude. Were you trying to lead me off the track there? Oh, you got to go back to like mid 2000s.
No, I was kind of in my head. I was thinking a couple names. I feel like it's such a fall off. What a terrible team to end with. Although I think that just won you the draft.
You said that last time, and I ended up losing by like 25%.
I had a great start to this draft, but it's not gone great since.
Well, I mean, picking Niger Morgan.
Come on, dog. That's a fun one.
Grady Sizemore.
Hey. Running back.
Manny
Angels
Machado.
Bowl.
Manny Machado is kicker. I mean, that's
Yeah, just keep selling it, pal.
elite. In the chat, his kicker is already accounted for, so unfortunately he can't choose Darren Erstad.
Yeah. Chase Utley is my kicker. Need a running back. It's the only spot left. And Angels.
I'm trying to craft a trade here.
I'm trying to even generate a name. Can I question?
Sure.
After you move a guy into a spot, can you move
We've already talked about
that guy
this.
out of it?
Can't move it. No.
So I can't move a Niger Morgan out of
No,
flex
because when
to
we do
running back.
when we do our drafts, like on an actual, like when we do a baseball lineup, we can't bump a guy from second to the outfield.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Just worth a shot.
I mean, whatever you got to do to try to claw back into this thing. I mean, I appreciate you asking, but no can do.
I genuinely don't have anybody. Genuinely don't have anybody.
You're just going to end up having to slot somebody in that just doesn't really fit, unfortunately. Well,
like as like a football player, you're saying? Or like doesn't fit as
at the position that you need, running back. Like it's just going to be, you may,
like a weird fit.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably be able to come up with just an athlete, but will they fit as a running back? It's hard to say.
I mean, Mike
again,
Trout is a freaking linebacker, if anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like after Mike Trout,
but I would have done Mike Trout if you didn't.
Again, no
argument there.
Not having any ability to do research. After Mike Trout, the recall is tough.
The recall is tough.
While you do that, I'm going to run through what we've got so far. Give you a second to finalize your last pick. As of right now, Nate has Roger Clemens at quarterback, Jackie Robinson as a running back. He needs another running back for his last pick. For his two receivers, he has Ken Griffey Jr. and Adam Jones. For his tight end, he has Giancarlo Stanton. As his flex, he has Niger Morgan. For his kicker, he has Chase Utley. For his defensive position, he has Grady Sizemore. You said you were slotting him as a corner. Not that it matters, but just out of curiosity. And as his head coach, he has Bruce Bochy. For me, I have Ryan Zimmerman slotted as my quarterback, Albert Bell and Mike Trout as my running backs, Ichiro and Mickey Mantle as my receivers. Tight end, I've got Nick Castellanos. As my flex, I have Willie Mays. My kicker, I've got Manny Machado. My defensive player, most likely a linebacker, I've got Gary Sheffield. And as my head coach, I have Earl Weaver.
Dude, I have like a bunch of Angels names. None of them make football sense. That's the problem.
Which is exactly what I was saying. Yeah, you're gonna come up with some dudes, but they just don't jump out at you as a running back fit
at all. That's why that's why I asked the question, because like if I can move Niger Morgan, I feel like he makes more sense as a receiver or as a running back than whatever name I pull from the Angels.
I mean, you want to talk about a guy getting vaporized off the face of the earth.
Yeah, but like there are shifty small running backs that have been in the league before. It's not a crazy stretch. I'm really struggling. I don't know. Like, I guess give me.
This is the face of defeat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Give me Torrey Hunter as a running back, I guess. Like, there's no logic there. I kind of burned myself by leaving it as running back last, but to be fair,
that's what I did.
These teams, yeah. These teams are just a tough draw.
It's all right. People when they vote on these things, they make it clear that they hate me. So you're still going to win this draft somehow, some way, but
I feel like I'm really strong with Jackie Robinson, Griffey, and Stanton. Those are like, I feel great about those. And I've got size as receivers. You got some shrimpies.
I mean, what was Mickey Mantle?
6'1", maybe. As receivers? Come on now. I got 2 6'3" guys. And then a crafty Niger Morgan that
oh yeah
can hit you
really,
from nowhere.
Really
like Xavier Worthy type attitude there.
Dude, I just thought about this because they're showing the 2022 home run derby on the TV right now. Or is this 2023? I don't know. Adley Rutschman, dude, was a kicker at
Oklahoma State?
No, Oregon State, right?
Oregon State.
Dude.
That's right. He was.
Wow. And
I took Adam Jones and you took Earl Weaver.
Earl Weaver. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I'm happier with the Earl Weaver as a head coach pick over. Because not everybody's gonna remember that Adley is a kicker. But never mind. I don't need to sell my team. It sells itself even though you're gonna win. Do you see
I feel pretty good. But I was just forced into a tough spot in the last
that last 10 minutes you just talked about how my pick won me the draft and you were screwed.
I think it did. Because Mike Trout is like an obvious, like when people think of current day guys that could play football, Mike Trout is one of the names that are rattled off.
I mean, if we're being honest though, Trout wouldn't last a week in the NFL with his history.
Probably not.
But we're not going to talk about that.
The guy's got traps for days. I think he would have laid some people out.
Give him the ball and let him work.
Yeah. Big Eagles fan today too.
Big Eagles fan. Let's go Eagles. All right. That wraps it up.
Any trades, by the way?
Just a refresher.
I don't want to trade. I think I'm good. No trades that you would agree to.
Yeah. Which tells me that I have the better team, but we're just gonna move on. Roger Clemens as his quarterback.
I'll give you Griffey and Torrey Hunter if you give me Mike Trout and Ichiro.
No,
it's not a bad offer.
It's a good offer, but I'm just gonna lean into the fact, hopefully, that people see Ichiro and they go fast receiver. Oh yeah, sure, why not? I like where your head's at, though.
Thanks.
That's a good offer. But let's be honest, we even in fantasy baseball, you and I can never agree to trades anyway.
We never do.
Why does it matter?
One a year. We're good for one trade per year.
One trade per year.
One of us hates it.
Always
at the
gets
end of the
screwed.
year.
Better make it count.
Yeah.
All right, refresher here just to finalize. Nate has Roger Clemens at QB, Jackie Robinson and Torrey Hunter at running back, Ken Griffey Jr., Adam Jones at receiver, Giancarlo Stanton as his tight end, Niger Morgan as his flex, Chase Utley as his kicker, Grady Sizemore as his defensive player, Bruce Bochy as his head coach. I've got Ryan Zimmerman at QB, Albert Bell, Mike Trout as my running backs, Ichiro, Mickey Mantle at receiver, tight end Castellanos, flex Willie Mays, kicker Manny Machado, my linebacker, my defensive player Gary Sheffield, and my head coach is Earl Weaver. No trades. That'll do it.
Quick prediction today. What do you got?
Give me, well, I mean, we're basically watching the football version of WWE, so I'm just gonna, as much as I'd like to see the Chiefs take the L here. Not that I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm over the Chiefs thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with what the script probably is, and I'm gonna say Chiefs 34-27.
Big score. Give me Eagles 24-21.
For the record, I'm pulling for the Chiefs today, or excuse me, the Eagles. But again, I'm just going with what the script probably says. So there you have it.
I'm going Eagles 24-21. Mahomes throws a fourth quarter pick to end it.
I like that. I'd love to see it.
Trying to have a fourth quarter drive. Whole lot of live bets get in there. They're going heavy Chiefs, and then interception. Eagles win.
Game.
Neil confetti.
Ball game. Love it.
Good stuff. Read the hat. Don't go chasing curveballs.
Love you on as always. Looking forward to talking more baseball or football with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.